Lobies, welcome back to another DIY. Oh wait, I don't look like myself today. So a couple of weeks ago, I did post this sketch photo that I did a while ago at midnight, and I don't know, I decided to come up with two versions of the Totoro costume. And to be honest, this is really comfortable. I can just lounge around all day in it. There's a couple of steps that you would have to go through to create this really awesome and just super cute costume. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and grab our fleece, our scissors, our thread, anything else that we need to create this tutorial, and let's just jump right into it. So to start off, you are going to need two different colors of fleece. And to create the pattern for Totoro's costume, I'm going to use just a regular t-shirt and a pair of shorts. Keep in mind that both of these should loosely fit your body. Now I'm going to go ahead and fold both articles of clothing in half, and I'm going to lay them onto a piece of paper. And if you look closely, I placed my shorts a little bit higher up than the hemline of my shirt. I just place it where my natural waistline would start, otherwise you'll end up with a really saggy butt on your costume. Next, trace completely around the whole thing, and this will be my pattern for the costume. Now, I like to measure the hip line and waistline before I cut it out, just in case I need it to be a little bit bigger. And now I went ahead and I just cut out the pattern, and I'm ready for fabric. So I lined my pattern down onto my fabric, and I went ahead and cut around the pattern. Now, I left about ½ an inch around the whole thing because I need it for seam allowance. Also, I just cut out 4 pieces from the same pattern. Next, with 2 white pieces of fabric, I cut out this shape that fits around the midsection of the costume, and it's going to be Totoro's white belly. To attach the belly to the costume, I'm going to use an iron-on adhesive. Really, at this point, you can sew it on, hot glue it on, whichever is easiest for you. For me, I just attach the adhesive to the belly and then I iron it onto the main part of the costume. To finish up the belly, I cut out 7 half-moon shapes, and I'm also going to attach it with the iron-on adhesive. Okay, so we're done with the belly of the costume. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the back of the costume. I just take the 2 main pieces and I sew right down the center seam. Next, I take the 2 front pieces and I sew right from the crotch, maybe to the midsection of the costume. For the rest, I went ahead and inserted a zipper for the opening. Now I take the back piece and I face it down onto the front piece, and I sew the shoulder and the side seams. Next, I sew the crotch seam, and now you can try it on to see how ridiculously cute you look, and it won't hurt the costume at all. So we're done with that, and we're gonna move on to the hoodie, and I'm going to use my husband's hoodie as a template, and I'm going to cut it out onto 2 pieces of fleece. Place the 2 hoodie pieces right sides together and sew up the back side. Now match the center seam of the hoodie to the center seam of your costume and pin it all the way around. Keep in mind that there should be around ½ an inch to an inch left over on each side of the hood after you are done pinning. If it's more than ½ an inch or an inch, you can go ahead and just trim it down to size. Now go ahead and sew the hoodie to the costume. Afterwards, the little bit that is left over, I went ahead and I folded it inwards, and I just sew all the way around to finish up the hood. Now while I'm at it, I'm going to hem the sleeves and the bottom of the shorts. This is really up to you since fleece doesn't really fray like most fabrics, but if you are in a pinch, you can totally just leave it and you probably can get away with it. Now just for some finishing touches, you will have to add on some ears. I just cut out 4 Totoro ear-like shapes and I face them right sides together, and I sew all the way around, and then I flip them inside out. To stuff the ear so that it has this cute plush-like quality to it, I went ahead and just used some pieces of fleece because really, it's kind of silly to buy stuffing just for ears. To attach it to the hood, I went ahead and I cut out 2 slits on either side of the hood, and I placed the ear into the slit and I sew right across. how many costumes have you guys seen where the ears stand straight up like this? Most of the time, the ears are kind of floppy, and to be honest, no one wants a limp anything. You are going to shove a wire into the ear. It might be a little tricky since you have already sewn it up, but trust me, just wiggle it a bit and you can push the wire through. Once the wire is fed through into the ear, cut off the excess, but leave about 1 inch to 2 inches left over and bend it at a 90-degree angle. So here's my super secret tip. Cut out 2 circles from a cardboard box or even really thick interfacing if you plan to wash the costume. Add a huge dollop of hot glue to the center of the circle and face it down onto the seam and the wire. This is going to give the ears a base, and when you are wearing the hood, the ears will stand straight up. And you're just going to repeat this onto the other ear, and there you have it, a cute Totoro costume. And that's it, you guys. I hope the tutorial seems pretty easy enough to tackle. It's not a form-fitting garment, so you don't have to worry about fit too much. It's pretty loose, pretty comfortable, something that I can just lounge around in. I mean, this is just taking onesie to the cutest level possible. I think I'm just gonna spend the rest of my day eating ice cream and just sitting around in this costume. So if you guys are going to try out this tutorial, be sure to take a picture, send it to me using the hashtag SLOABN to any of the social media networks. I would love to take a look at them and share it with others. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please like it down below, share it with other people that you know, subscribe to my channel, and I will check you guys later. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and remember to walk on slow, please. See ya! Bye! Happy birthday to me. Check out my birthday tiara. So enough of that. You guys, every single year when I celebrate a birthday, I just feel like, you know, I've accomplished something really great in my life. And I think that's the most important part about having a birthday. This year, so many great things